All right, let's just arrive for a moment. We're going to stream into Facebook too, into our sisterhood group. All right. Take a deep breath in. Let's just arrive. Hello, beauty. So good to see you. Oh my goodness. Well, it's so wonderful to be here with you. Welcome to our amazing mini workshop. It's part of the Is It Really series. And today is all about, is it really your DNA, right? Is it really your DNA? And I think it's so amazing that you're here because it's just so smart. It's so smart to be here. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, well, you know, my mother had this, or my father had this, or my uncle had this. And so I'm just destined to have it too, right? How many times have we heard that? How many times have we said that? Oh my goodness. If I am destined to have all of the health conditions that, you know, my parents had, or my grandparents had, I wouldn't be here right now, right? So there has to be something magical that can change how our, you know, DNA expresses itself, or how our genes, right? So I'm going to share more about this in just a moment, but how our genes express themselves. So you're so smart to be here. I'm so proud of you. And no matter where you're joining in from, welcome. And I'd love for you just to share where you're joining in from and say hello. So we have some ladies on Zoom here. We have some ladies on Facebook. So great to be with you wherever you're joining in from. And if you're listening to the replay, way to go for making time for the replay. Because if we don't make time for ourselves, right, then we can't expect change. It's just the way it is. So good. All right. So, yeah. So Lizette, I'm going to close Facebook. So will you just let me know if anything comes up, and we'll.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be so great. All right. And here's gorgeous Lizette. She's hosting with me, co-hosting with me today. So really beautiful. I just want to say hi to all of you. So yeah, Nikki's from Minnesota, Allison from Massachusetts. Oh my goodness, Chris from Virginia, Kim from Naples. Kim, hello, Kim. Kim is in our private Heal Your Hormones program. We try to hide these things from you, Kim, but way to find it. All right. And then there's a number up here. She's from California, and Joanne is from New Jersey, and Lynn is from Long Island. I know I'd like to say it like you say it in New Jersey and Long Island, New Jersey, something like that. And Sharon's from Las Vegas. So good. And she says, LOL. Oh, again. Oh, yeah. You're still from Las Vegas. So good. I think that we have some lifers here. So good. Sherry from Colorado. Kimberly too. Oh my goodness. You snuck in here too. Hi from New York City. Joanne. So it's so good that you ladies are here, because you can yeah, you can help to support the other ladies. So there are two Kims on with us, and they're both in the Heal Your Hormones program. And they started in the reset, in the last reset, and have seen so many incredible changes already. So I'm so proud of you, ladies. So proud of you. So really great. All right. Not sure if we said hello to everyone, but hopefully we did. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Tambri. Not sure if you posted yet, but great to see you. All right, so we're just a small group today. So if questions come up for you, please ask, and we will get your questions answered. There are quite a lot of ladies who signed up for the workshop, but yeah, showing up is a whole other thing. So what I want you to know is that when you show up and take action, you see results. So we fine-tune that a little bit when you it's the right information plus the right action equals the right results, right? But the hardest thing to do is to show up. That's the hardest thing. And once you show up, what's really lovely about showing up is that you're going to take in exactly what you need today. Isn't that great? You're going to get exactly what you need without even trying too hard. So just show up, and then you'll get exactly what you need. So great. I'm so proud of you already. My name is Robin Nielsen, and many of you may not know who I am. There are some people who've been following me for a while, but if you don't know who I am a functional hormone health expert who helps women go from hormone hell to feeling fabulous. I've been doing this a very long time. Never thought I'd be teaching it, but I really just I'm on this path because I had to figure out my stuff. So my mess is my message. That's kind of how it goes here. And I am so passionate about this because truly it saved my life, and it saved the life of, I don't know, thousands of women now. So it's pretty amazing when we can learn how to take care of ourselves to feel so much better. And today I'm going to show you how you have all the power to heal. I think this is my favorite mini workshop of all the 4 that we're doing this month. This is my favorite one because it clearly demonstrates how you have all the power to heal yourself. It's right here within you. Isn't that amazing? Don't you get goosebumps thinking about that? It's not out here somewhere. Nobody else has the power. Right? No one else knows what you're experiencing or feeling or knows your body like you do. Only you can do it. Isn't that incredible? And that's one of the big reasons that I'm on this path specifically is because as a child, I experienced serious FOMO when I was sick. And what I learned about being sick, right? I remember very specifically when my eardrum had burst and I was laying on top of the couch, just like waiting it out, right, for it to heal. It's so painful. And I was just thinking to myself, this sucks, right? It just sucks. I can't do anything but just survive. And no one can help me. Just want you to feel into that for a moment, right? Life sucks, right? I'm stuck here. I'm in pain. I don't feel well. I can't do anything. So that's the first experience. And the second is that no one can help me. So people can feel sorry for me, right? And sometimes, whether we know it or not, that's why we become sick or unhealthy. But for me, I didn't give a crap about that. I didn't care if someone was going to feel sorry for me. If they couldn't help me, I wanted out. Right? I didn't want to be sick. I didn't want to be stuck on the couch. I didn't want to be able to live my life. And this was as a kid. So you can imagine as I had, these really horrific health symptoms growing up and then into my 20s and 30s, how angry I became. And that's one of those things that can help us fuel for some really powerful change. It's something called righteous anger. When you're mad about something that is wrong and rightfully wrong, then I was really I was so angry that I was still stuck in hormone hell in my 30s, right? I still had acne on my face, my chest, my back that I could not figure out how to get rid of. I still was really tired and had horrible brain fog. I had terrible digestive problems. I had receding gums and receding enamel on my teeth. I had rough elbows. What else did I have? I had so many things, varicose veins that were painful, right? I had those when I was in my early 20s all the way, into my mid 30s. I had arthritic symptoms in my hands in my 20s, right? So I felt OLD when I was young. I felt old when I was young. And now that I'm 60, I feel better than I ever have. So it doesn't matter what your age. My motto is you can feel fabulous no matter what your age, because we can feel old when we're young, right? But on the outside, from people looking in, they're like, she looks great, right? They would never have guessed that I was struggling so much with so many things. And I'm sure that's what people are saying about you. You look fine. Maybe your doctor has told you you're fine and you're screaming inside, right? Your body is screaming, your mind is screaming, I'm not fine, right? So you're going to hear from a couple of people today on, how they finally, figured it out. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, would love to hear your questions, your thoughts about that. And so I healed everything, even the enamel on my teeth, my gums grew back and became healthier. I didn't have to have gum grafts or anything like that. It was unbelievable that everything healed. My skin became beautiful. Like, it's just a miracle, it's just truly a miracle. And in our communities, ladies have healed just about everything you can imagine. And Lizette, our beautiful woman who's on with us and is another coach on our team, she was able to, get pregnant and carry baby to full term. We've had a lot of miracle babies. We've just had like miracle after miracle after miracle, completely getting off high blood pressure medication, completely healing depression and anxiety, and releasing weight as a side benefit of getting healthy, not even focusing on it, right? That's the sort of work that we do here. It's just magical. It's absolutely magical. So anything chronic that you may be experiencing, you can heal. How does that sound? Pretty amazing, right? Pretty amazing. Yeah. Why is it that when we start progressing, it feels like we take 2 steps back? So what's so interesting about that, Allison, and I'm glad that you have said that, because, every time we make changes, whether it's, what we're eating or what nutrients we're taking or, whatever we're doing, we're changing our body's chemistry, because we're just a chemistry lab, right? So we're changing our body's chemistry. And because most of us have been self-medicating for so long with caffeine and sugar and alcohol, right? Those 3 things, those are our big self-medication tools. We're wearing ourselves out. So when we stop those things, or when we alter how we're using them, our body goes, whew, and we need a little bit more rest, right, to recover and start to heal. And it just takes time. It took us a long time to get where we are, and it's going to take us a long time to come back. So, when someone says to me, you won't believe this, I just got diabetes. I'm like, well, you just got diagnosed with diabetes, but you've been working on that for at least 20 years, right? We don't just get diabetes. We don't just get cancer. We don't just get high blood pressure. We don't just get heart disease, and we don't just get obesity. We've been working on those accelerated metabolic diseases of aging for decades, literally decades, right? And that's what they are. They are accelerated metabolic diseases of aging. And so when we take charge of our health and we really start to change things, now our body is starting to heal. And that takes time, right? And it feels different because we've been used to the feeling of self-medication. Yeah. And now we're stopping that, and we're going to just be where we are going to be as we're healing. So it's really a magical time. And I just say, sometimes we feel worse before we feel better. And that's just when that whatever you're doing is working. It's like you're working your stuff out. It's so good. And that's why we have to be in community so we can help each other through the tough spots, right? Yes. I hope this makes sense, Allison. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, good. Bless you. Kisses for you, sweetie. We're just here for you. We are just here for you. Okay, so let's get started. And then any questions that come up along the way, just, let us know and we'll get to them. So I'm just going to share my screen here. So because I don't know what's going on with Keynote, which is the PowerPoint of the Mac, I am going to, I made a PDF out of it this time. So let's see how we do. And Lizette, you and I can, well, let's see, we can, or if you could stop your video, then yeah, I'll be the little chatting head on the side. All right. So the opinions expressed in this program is it really your DNA? Are for educational, informational purposes only and are not intended as a diagnosis, treatment, or as a substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult your physician or other healthcare professional for your specific healthcare and or medical needs or concerns. The opinions, let's see. I've got two of these. All right. So let's start with what happens when our DNA goes rogue, okay? When it's, yeah. What's another way to say that? It's gone rogue, when it's gone crazy, when it's not functioning optimally. We experience any symptom you can imagine. But here are some examples. On the left are some, very basic things that we can say, oh my gosh, yes, right? Exhaustion, fatigue, heat intolerance, depression, anxiety, all the mood issues, skin issues, you name it. It's from DNA that is, your genes that are being expressed in a really crazy way. Chronic pain, brain fog, estrogen dominance. And we learned last week all the crazy things that are caused by estrogen dominance, right? Things like, oh my goodness, so many things, but fibroids, endometriosis, those are kind of the big things. Anxiety, right? So many things caused by estrogen dominance. And that's just when estrogen is too high compared to progesterone. It doesn't mean that your estrogen is too high. It just means that you don't have enough progesterone to balance your estrogen. That's all it means. But there are so many symptoms that come when estrogen and progesterone are not in balance, right? Crazy. And this is what happens when your genes are not expressing themselves well. Headaches, recurrent miscarriage. I mean, anything you can imagine is a result of your genes being expressed in a really bad way. And then on the right-hand side, again, are those kind of metabolic diseases of aging, which if you let these smaller things go for too long, now it's going to turn into diabetes and heart disease and high blood pressure and cancer and obesity and Alzheimer's and stroke. Like, we don't just get these things. It takes a long time of us ignoring the smaller signs and symptoms. So we get to the things on the right, now there has to be medical intervention or we could die, right? So we want to listen to our bodies before we get to the point where we could die if we don't do medical intervention. So I'm so glad you're here because you can do something about all of these smaller things, even though many of them are really big things, especially when your hair is falling out, right? Or when you have pain everywhere. Those are really big things, really big things. Okay, this is coming up really wonky. So bear with me here. Okay, so I want you right now to post in the chat or in the comments your top three, just three, your top three health challenges. So just post them right here in the chat or in the comments. What are your top three health challenges? And keep in mind that there's never just 3, right? Like there's always more. So, so we're just identifying right now, if you had to pick 3, what are they? What do you want to fix? What's motivating you to take charge of your health right now? What are those things? So Nikki says joint pain. Yep, that was me in my hands. Aging, wrinkles, weight gain. Okay. So aging is not a thing. It's not a health challenge. Wrinkles, maybe, right? We're going to get some wrinkles as we age for sure. But here's the interesting thing about wrinkles is that what's going on the inside, right, is also going on the outside. So if you're prematurely, right, wrinkling, then we know that blood vessels inside and organ tissues and things like that are also atrophying, right? So we don't want to wrinkle prematurely or too much for where we are, because then we know that things aren't right inside as well, right? So joint pain is a really good indication that something's off, right? That's an inflammatory condition. Wrinkles, right? Definitely, an accelerated metabolic aging issue, depending on your age and, what's going on. I have wrinkles, but, I think that they're right for where I am. Weight gain. So weight gain is, it's a symptom that your body is out of balance. Although as we age, so post-menopause, we tend to put on a little bit more belly fat because that's where we store our estrogen that we need, right? So that's part of the game if we want to have healthy bones. But we can also manage that in a really nice way just by staying healthy, right? Just by staying healthy, because weight loss is a side benefit of being healthy. It's not something that from this day forward you ever need to focus on. Your focus is now going to be on being healthy, because as you get healthier, your body just naturally releases weight. It's magical. So, I mean, we've lost thousands and thousands of pounds in our communities just by getting healthier. And I'm going to give you some examples of that today. Pam, weight, spine problems. So I'm curious specifically what spine problems and hair loss. So I'm going to talk about spine problems for just a moment, because to me that means back issues. And there still is, the author no longer is living, but he was amazing. And he was one of the main reasons that I got into functional medicine. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of the name of the book and of his name. I'm just drawing a blank right now. So the book's name was The Mind Body Prescription, and the author's name was Dr. John Sarno, Sarno. I'm not sure of his first name, but I know his name was Dr. Sarno. And interestingly enough, there was a beautiful 2-page article in the back of Town and Country magazine. And thank goodness, because Town and Country magazine was so disappointing for me. There were lots of gorgeous wedding photos, but not much meat. So at the very end of the magazine, the very back backfold, was an amazing article from Dr. John Sarno on the mind body prescription. And he was a back surgeon, and he had done hundreds of back surgeries. I want to say 800. I don't remember what the number was, but something like that. And most of them were unsuccessful. This is a really cool story, ladies. Most of them were unsuccessful, meaning the people did not improve after their back surgery. 80% of people with back problems did not improve after surgery. So he wanted to figure out why this was, and so what he noticed was, and this is what really bums me out, because we can be pain-free even though there are weird things going on in our bodies. I just want to put that out there. So even if you have bone on bone, right? Your doctor said, I've got bone on bone, or you have bone on bone. Of course you're going to be in pain. You don't have to be in pain, right? I just want to put that out there. You can believe it or not. But what Dr. John Sarno saw in x-rays was that people who had no changes in their spine were experiencing pain in very specific places. And people who had like significant changes in their spine had no pain. So he was trying to figure this out, like what's going on here, right? And so eventually he developed the mind-body prescription, because you never want to hear it's in your head, right? You never want to hear that. You're like, no, seriously, like this is a physical issue, but it's probably more of a gut issue. To be quite honest, it's your second brain that is feeding your first brain. And so all of the things I'm going to share today are going to help, right? So I just want to give you some hope that it's not just in your head, right? Of course, it's in your body, but if we help other parts of your body, it'll really help whatever's going on in your back. I hope that gives you some hope. It just was like so mind-blowing for me. I was so excited to learn about this. And this was probably 25 years ago. Hair loss. So hair, regrowing hair is also a result, a beautiful benefit of getting healthier. And we've done it many, many times in my communities where the hair loss has stopped and new beautiful hair regrows. It's happening right now as we speak in our communities. So good. So there's hope. Sherry says weight gain, pre-diabetic, inflammation. So good for you, right? For being here, because when you're, pre-diabetic, that's the time to say that's enough, right? Let's fix this. Cambray, dry scalp, headaches, brain fog. Yep. All, healable. Sharon, fatigue, joint pain, extra weight. Yes. Kimberly too, digestion, heart, sleep. And we're working on you, girl. Joanne, thinning hair, pain in finger joints, and wrinkles. Okay, wrinkles is a common thing I'm hearing here. Hashimoto's, okay, that's autoimmune thyroid, right? So it's not really a thyroid problem. It's an immune issue, and that really starts in your gut, right? So immune things we now know to start in your digestive tract. So it does affect your thyroid, though. So it's something that, you really have to look at in a deeper way. Fibroids, okay, and fatigue, yeah. Rosacea from AR, anxiety, low energy. Pam, I have a wire in my neck from a previous fracture that's causing issues. Oh, God, and scoliosis in lower back. Oh gosh, honey. Well, yeah. So just by decreasing inflammation, you'll help those things feel so much better, right? Yeah, scoliosis. And that's something that I don't know a lot about scoliosis, but it's not something that just happens. It starts when you're younger, I believe. Is that right? And kind of goes on. It can go on. Yeah. And Kim, inflammation, libido are all starting to improve. Of course they are. Yes. So good. All right. So good. Thank you so much, ladies. Big kisses for all of you who shared. Do we have any on Facebook, Lizette?
Let me see.
Okay. All right. So while Lizette is checking Facebook, we will continue here. I'm just going to take a quick sip.
Yes. So I see Rosemary shared leg muscle cramps during the night, also weight gain, back and hip pain.
Okay.
Irene, weight, pre-diabetes, and energy. Katie shared inflammation, weight, and stress.
Okay. Yeah. So stress is not a symptom, right? So you want to change that to what stress in your life is causing, or yeah. I'm curious how you came up with the word stress as a symptom. Do you feel anxious? Maybe you feel anxious. Maybe that's, you just feel stressed out. Is that what you're feeling? Yeah, so what we're doing here is we are naming it so we can change it, right? When you name it, you can change it. So good, right? Yes. So let's name it correctly so that we can change it, because stress is like this enormous category. And these are all caused by stressors, right? But what does stress feel like, or how is it presenting in your body? That's what we want to know. All right, so I'm going to share my screen again. So thank you all for sharing. That's so good. So good. All right, so let's learn a little bit about DNA since that's why we're here today. So the human body contains about 50 trillion cells, 50 trillion cells. Each cell contains a complete set of instructions for making you. This is in each and every cell. These instructions are encoded in your DNA, so they're part of your DNA, right? The short segments of your DNA are called genes. So genes are part of your DNA that can be turned on or turned off. Humans have about 20,000 genes, about 20,000. Genes encode proteins, and proteins dictate cell function. These regulatory proteins allow your genes, sorry about that. All right, this is where the technology gets a little tricky. Allow your genes to be turned on or off. So this is where you come in, right? We want the right genes turned on and the ones that cause us all of these horrible symptoms turned off, right? We want our genes to support us in a really favorable way. For healthy body composition and beautiful hair and great energy, and for our liver to function properly, and all of our our methylation and our digestion and everything. So we want our genes to support us in a really positive way, and when they do, we feel really great. Okay, we feel really great. So this is where you come in, because you have so much control of how your genes are expressing themselves, right? Whether the right genes are turned on and the wrong genes are turned off, or the unhealthy genes are turned off, or vice versa. You have so much control over this. So this is where the concept of epigenetics comes in. And this is the study of how your behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect the way your genes work. So we just talked about that. So this is something called epigenetics. And this is where, so I'm going to stop my share for just a moment. This is where, how do I say this? The thing that impacts our genes the most is what you learned from those who raised you, what you learned around how to take care of yourself, what to eat, when to eat, how to be in relationship, how to move your body, how to exercise, everything around sleep, right? How to bathe, all these basic things that affect our gene expression. So it's what we learned from those who raised us that has the biggest impact on our genes. Isn't that amazing? And that's why you have all the power. That's why you have all the power. And this is the study of epigenetics. So there's the whole conversation, is it environment or is it your genes? Well, here's the deal. It's a combination, right? But how you take care of yourself is what tells your genes how to express themselves, right? Yeah, how you take care of yourself is the messaging or the information that your genes get on how to express themselves, whether to turn on or turn off, and how to work together. It's really amazing. It's so cool. So cool. Is that helpful? Yeah. Feel free to use hearts when I say something that is, really helpful, because that's when I know that I'm reaching you, right? All right. So epigenetic changes, oh, thanks, ladies, so much. Epigenetic changes are reversible, and they don't change your DNA sequence, but they can change how your body reads a DNA sequence. So this is all very, very scientific, and, you're like, well, I don't really get this, but hopefully you get the part that, talks about the fact that how you live your life turns your genes on or off, impacting your health in a big way, right? This is your big takeaway for today. It's how you live your life that helps you to feel well or helps you to feel sick. And what I want you to know about this is that, my family, I inherited so many organ deficiencies from my parents, right? So we inherit organ, ORGAN, organ deficiencies from our parents, our biological parents. That's just how it works. So, so one of my great grandfathers was an alcoholic, right? And then my grandmother was an alcoholic, and then my mom could have been considered an alcoholic. So, you could imagine, that a lot of organs are trashed with alcoholics, for sure. And then, of course, I inherited adrenal issues, and blood sugar issues. I mean, you name it, right? I inherited organ deficiencies. But the good news is that, for those of us like me, we just have to pay even more attention. And that's when we, might take on the victim mindset, like, poor me, I can't believe that I have all these issues. And, this person over there, she can eat or do whatever she wants, and she looks great. And, she feels good, and poor me, right? And so I kind of turned it around at some point, and I said, I feel amazing, and I don't care what it takes to feel this way. I just want to feel great all the time. And so I will do whatever it takes to do that. And then I even changed it further to, I am in the top 1% or maybe 1/10 of 1% who actually knows how to take care of herself. That's friggin' awesome, right? Friggin' awesome that we are the leaders in this area, right? Oh, I love that. Thank you for that heart. We're the leaders. We are showing people the way when we start showing up for ourselves, when we have more confidence, when we have a little sparkle in our eyes, right? When our body composition gets stronger and healthier, and when we start doing more things and just showing up in a big way, we are setting the example. And then people start saying, oh my gosh, like, what is it you're doing? You look so amazing, right? Maybe we can't see it for ourselves, but people start to say that. So I just want you to know that, like, just by you being here, you're a leader, right? You're already starting to get that this is a really big deal. It's a really big deal. We are not victims that we have to take care of ourselves in a certain way. We are victors, right? We are leaders. We are so powerful. We're like these sexy warrior goddesses that are leading the way for all to be in a place of peace, love, happiness, and wellness more of the time. So that spreads to our families, our communities, and the world, right? That's how we change the world, is by changing ourselves first. How powerful is that, right? It's so powerful. All right, that's a whole other conference. So health setbacks and bad test results are messages from your body that you're not taking the best care of it. That's all that means. That's it. Pre-diabetic, you just know that you're not taking the best care of your body right now, right? If you're at that place. Of course, you probably have, you probably have DNA from, your biological parents that gave you that predisposition, but you can totally change that around. And what I'd like to say about diabetes is that a lot of times these days, and even formerly, it's not just about diet. There are toxins that can cause diabetes. Stress can cause diabetes. Like, again, it's a metabolic disease, right? It's a metabolic disease. So it is complex. It's not just that you're eating too much sugar, right? It's not that alone. Sometimes it's not that at all. So I just want you to know that. So listen to the message that your body's telling you and change your habits to help your body heal itself. And this is from, one of my favorite mentors of all time, Dr. Christian Northrup. All right. So here's the good news, is that your health is in your hands. Your health is in your hands. Like the most amazing thing. When I figured that out, I was like, this is fantastic, right? This is fantastic. All right, so where do you begin, right? So to heal all of your symptoms, the starting point is exactly the same, because what I hear and see all the time is I have this problem, right? I have endometriosis, or my hair is falling out, or I have acne, or I'm so tired, right? Or oh gosh, or infertility, or menstrual cycle irregularities, or hot flashes, or night sweats, or whatever it is. The starting point is all the same, right? We have to get your body healthy for those symptoms to go away. So I want to share about Robin's Hormone Reset. I think many of you who are here have done Robin's Hormone Reset. So if you've done it, maybe just share a little bit about why it was good for you. I mean, don't talk about specifics, but just, give encouragement for other ladies to join, because it's a really amazing foundational program that really addresses the three things that you need to do to have your genes express themselves in the best way possible. Like, it's pretty fabulous. So it helps to, we actually learn what hormone deal breakers are. And I'll explain more about this in just a moment, because those are all the drivers of what is causing your symptoms. I call them hormone deal breakers, because they're breaking our hormones, right? Or they're breaking or they're causing disharmony in our beautiful symphony of hormones. And then the second thing is you learn how to live your life for hormone balance and for healthy genetic expression, right? So let me share a little bit more about this. So this program, Robin's Hormone Reset, that's coming up, starts on May 1st, is all about, hold on just a second, root cause-based healthcare for optimal health. So we're not managing disease. So if you're someone who, wants help managing wherever you are, this program's not for you. This program is for you if you are looking to feel your best. If you want to feel fabulous, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, it's a program that is affordable for every single woman. So today I'm going to be relentless in telling you to sign up. Like, there's no reason not to sign up, because it's totally affordable for every woman and it will change your life. I'm going to share with you how it's changed many, many lives in just a moment. So let's do that first. I'm going to share with you a short video, and then I just have a few things to share with you before we part today. That's so great. So I just want to give you a little bit of hope, and then I'm going to share with you, we have a really special bonus for you for today. If you sign up today, it's just really special. And again, this is really for anyone. So, yeah, here's a really lovely video. It up? Not sure. Okay, here we go. And let me just see if I can make it so that you can hear this okay.
I felt like I didn't know my body anymore.
The obvious symptom was excessive weight, but I was also just falling asleep every day, just so tired, and my skin was very dry and scaly. My hair was falling out.
I was sick and tired of being tired. And I was miserable, completely miserable.
I was completely overwhelmed by life and everything, and I was taking care of everybody else, and I couldn't even possibly take care of myself.
My hormones seemed to be just out of whack. Like half of the month, I was very emotional.
With the hot flashes and the extreme fatigue and cardiac symptoms and, fatty liver and high cholesterol, and I was pre-diabetic.
Indigestion issues, constipation issues, reflux, migraine headaches.
I had rosacea. I had seborrheic dermatitis. I had eczema.
I was like 65 pounds overweight. My skin was a mess. My hair would just fall out in like chunks.
I had gained so much weight because I was so stressed out and not sleeping well or eating as good as I could.
I had acne, and I'm a little too old to have acne, but I had acne.
I started having a knee issue. I have arthritis in the knee. I had chronic all over body pain.
Painful menstrual cycles, just everything. Inflammation galore.
I didn't realize how fatigued I was.
I couldn't even get out of bed.
I tried everything, nutritionists, chiropractors, naturopathic doctors, and spent thousands of dollars that I didn't have, trying to figure out why I felt so terrible.
Run some blood work to see if we could see if there was anything going on. And of course, I got a lot of the, oh, well, that's what happens when you get older. You know, everything looks like you're in range.
And the one doctor said to me, you know, Laura, if you keep saying something's wrong, something's going to be wrong. And I'm like, what's it going to take for you to realize there's something wrong with me?
I don't want to live like this my whole life, just depending on medicine.
But I have to do something.
I had so many things going on. I just needed help.
I came across the ad for the hormone reset on Facebook.
And I was like, you know, what the heck? If I can reset my hormones, that's amazing.
And I did that reset, and I can tell you, I played full out.
And it was amazing from like the first day.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm not waking up and having these terrible hot flashes.
I ended up losing 45 pounds.
All that thing that they say is just aging, just wasn't happening anymore.
If you're new to all these problems, this is the solution.
It's not like any other program that I have attempted to be a part of.
It's not a diet, it's not a challenge. It's a way of looking at what's right for me and what's good for me differently.
And what's great about the program is it's cost effective, so anyone can do it.
It's simple, but it's not easy. But it's so worth it.
Once you start feeling good in your body, that's all the motivation you need to move forward. It's just like such a beautiful, it's a beautiful thing to do for yourself.
I took hands and I'm so grateful that I did, because, you know, my life changed immensely.
Say yes to yourself.
That's probably one of the biggest things as women we forget, is that we need to do these things for ourselves.
We have to do it now. No one else is going to do it for us.
There's no reason to go through life being so miserable. You can fix it.
Oh my goodness, it just brings tears to my eyes when I see those ladies, because I know every single one of them. They're just so incredible. So incredible. Isn't that just so special? I don't know if you can hear me, my microphone's turned around. But oh my gosh, those women are incredible. They're just amazing. And you know, there are hundreds of ladies like that who've done the reset. So yeah, so let me just share, let's see here. Let me just share a little bit about the reset, what you get. It is $27. It's so inexpensive, right? We priced it that way so every single woman could do it. But here's what we say. Don't bother signing up if you're not going to show up, right? Don't make this be another program that you sign up for that you don't do. If you sign up, put it in your calendar, show up and take action every single day, whether you're live or you watch the replay. We're not looking for women to show up just to show up, right? We are looking or to join just to join. We're looking for women who are sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? And who really wants to take charge of her health. So sign up if that's you, right? And I'll give you the information on that right now, because we have a really special offer for those of you here today. So here are the 3 keys to healthier gene expression. And this is what you learn in the reset, right? Food, nutrients, and lifestyle. And I want you to keep an open mind, because many of us tell ourselves that we know what to eat, right? We already know what to eat. We already know how to exercise. We already know all of these things. So then we end up closing our minds to what might actually be possible for us. And when I say keep an open mind, there are just a few tweaks that you can do that could make all the difference. I'm telling you, women have come to Robin's Hormone Reset. We have a lot of practitioners, including MDs, NDs, health coaches who come to this program because they want to learn these little nuances that make all the difference, that can make all the difference for their clients. So these are the 3 things that we focus on in the program, because this is what you learned from those who raised you that is taking you out. So now we need to switch it around a little bit. And those of us who tend towards hormone imbalance just need a lot more in the way of nutrients. So we have a whole segment on nutrients. It's really wonderful. All right, so here's a special offer for those of you who are here right now and who watch the replay tomorrow, up until tomorrow, is that we're giving you not only Robin's Hormone Reset, but we're also giving you the VIP All Access Pass. So the Reset is $27. The VIP All Access Pass is $47, and you're getting that for free. The program's really worth $1,000 easy. Like, it's worth $1,000 easy. But it's only $27 for you. That's it, right? That's it. So sign up right now. I actually just want you to jump on and sign up right now. Let me just give you the link right now. Here's the link. And if we could post this on Facebook and here in the chat, that would be great. And then let me see if I can go back and let me just tell you what you get. So you'll see everything that you get with the reset, but then what you get with a VIP Access Pass is you get a very special class for us for only the VIP gals that starts the day before. So we start on April 30th on Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific, and it's a Set Yourself Up for Success class where we actually get to meet all of the VIPs. It's a really special class. And you get prepared for the week. So it's really amazing. And it's where we really get to love up on each other a little bit. In fact, the ladies who end up really, I think, doing their best work are VIPs, because they kept saying yes to themselves. So you get the first class as part of the VIP All Access Pass. You also get a laser coaching class with me on the only Thursday of the class. Or of the program. So it's after our main session, we do laser coaching. So that's a really special class. I'm sort of, this is what I'm coming in with. What are my next steps? Like, how do I navigate this? And then you also get first access to my hormone health coaches. So during Robin's Hormone Reset, you'll have 2 opportunities. So if you're in the VIP program, you'll actually have 2 opportunities to speak with a hormone health coach. You'll have the first one, a 15-minute check-in, where a health coach, one of my coaches, really helps you set yourself up for the program. And then you'll get to talk to one of my coaches again later for a longer conversation on, what you really want for yourself. And it's a really special opportunity. We have a lot of women who join this program, so it's wonderful to know that you're going to have access as long as you take action, because the sessions go, and then, when there are none left, you might find yourself just out of that opportunity. But with the VIP All Access Pass, you get first access. So it's really, really wonderful. Just want to share with you, just want to make sure you have this. And then stay on and I'll answer any questions that you have too, for sure. So I just want to share some success stories, just some kind of before and after. You heard some of the ladies on the video, but you didn't get to hear their whole story. So Chelsea, when she found the reset, she was 65 pounds overweight. She just couldn't lose weight. She was postpartum, 3 years. So 3 years after she had her last baby, she was just really struggling with weight. She had just horrible moods, depression, anxiety, feelings of rage and anger. Her moods were all over the place all the time. She had sugar cravings. She found she was stress eating, emotional eating. She had acne during her menstrual cycle. She had heavy, painful menstruation, fatigue. She was exhausted. She had hirsutism, that dark, coarse hair growth in places where you don't want it. She was experiencing brain fog, skin tags, those dark kind of thick mole-like things that kind of grow. Daily excessive hair loss. She was just seeing a lot of hair come out of her head in the shower, stringy, dry hair, and no motivation. She was really struggling. I mean, you may know this. You may be experiencing this yourself right now. Once she did the reset and just kept it going, right? She kept implementing everything that she learned. And I think she actually joined the Natural Hormone Solution somewhere down the road. She immediately started to release weight. And she has, I think, released not only 45 plus pounds, but I think she's released the 65 pounds now, because it's been a while, right? It's been a couple of years for her. Now she has no bloating, right? But right after the reset, she experienced less bloating. She was having more energy, less anxiety. Her hair was starting to grow back thicker and healthier. Her periods are now a breeze. She doesn't get acne during her menstrual cycle or her period. She is more joyful and present for her kids. She feels at home in her body. Like, her life has done a complete 180. And here you can see before and after of this beautiful woman. She's so cute. She's so open and willing to share. So open and willing. And again, it's not about weight loss. We're not a weight loss program. We are really all about getting healthy so that whatever is not working for you totally clears up, right? Uh-oh. Now I'm in trouble. Won't go to the next slide. Okay, so we'll do it this way. So Chelsea sent this in to us. Robin's hormone reset has been life-changing, and I'm forever grateful for Robin and her vast knowledge on how to balance hormones naturally. I have my life back. Like, isn't that amazing? This program is so empowering. The information given is priceless, sustainable, and something you can do for the rest of your life. And that's so true. Like, this is a lifestyle change, right? Something that we do forever. I cannot recommend it enough. If I can do it, anyone can. She's so adorable. All right. And yeah, just wanted to share, you get these two things. So with this special link that we're giving you here, this will automatically sign you up for the VIP All Access Pass. So you don't have to do anything else. We've got you covered. But it ends tomorrow night, Thursday night at 12 a.m. Eastern time, 9 p.m. Pacific. It ends. You can still join the reset for sure, but you will not get the VIP All Access Pass as a bonus. So I want to share Sherry. Sherry came into the reset with all of these things. We actually do a hormone assessment on a different hormone every day of the reset. So when Sherry took, each of her hormone assessments, she had over 100 symptoms of hormone imbalance. And these are just a few of them here. And after the reset and really keeping it going, you can see her before and after pictures here. Isn't that something? She's just so amazing, so amazing. Here are some of her health successes. Really amazing, right? Just incredible. And we've worked with a lot of athletes too, and they go off to win medal after medal after medal. So now it's your turn. What do you see that's possible for you? What do you see that's possible for you? I'm going to stop my share right there. My motto is choose you. Right? Choose you. It's time to choose you. So I'm here for you if you have any questions about anything that we discussed today or anything about the reset. Would love to answer any questions.
We have a question from Veronica in the chat. She's asking, what does it mean to reset? What would hormone levels be? Do you monitor hormone levels? And how do you know when hormones are balanced?
So we go by symptoms because how you feel is way more important than lab test results. And having said that, I love doing labs because they give us the objective information that we couldn't figure out otherwise. But this is a $27 9-day program. If you're a VIP, it's a 10-day program. And so we do assessments, right? Every day we do an assessment on a different hormone, and the assessments go through symptoms that are associated with that hormone. So it's really a wonderful way to learn which hormone is out of balance. And the way that you know that your hormones are getting back into balance is how you feel. So at the end of the reset, we actually do the complete hormone reset, complete hormone assessment again, and then you can see all of the symptoms that have improved. It's really amazing, so amazing. So, you know, our medical professionals have the adage, you know, treat the patient, not the test results. And so that's what we're doing in this program. We're just really having you identify what you are experiencing, because you've listed your top 3 health goals, health challenges here. But believe me, you have way more than that going on. And those assessments help you to uncover what else is going on, right? And then you're like, wow, I had no idea I had so many issues. And then, you know, as you show up every day and you take action, you're going to start noticing that these things are starting to improve, even in just 9 days. Like, it's amazing. And as you keep it going, more and more and more improve. It's really magical. Thank you so much for your question.
Okay, so we have another question. Can you help fibroids shrink naturally?
Oh yeah, this program will help so much. So remember that we talked about, well, sorry, we didn't. This was last week. We talked about fibroids as an estrogen dominant situation, but there's also inflammation going on. It's just a body out of balance, right? So absolutely, because we're really going to improve your hormone balance in this program so much. And what you'll learn is how the hormones work together. I'm going to share with you what the major hormones are that we need to be paying attention to first, so that your sex hormones can actually be produced in the right amount. So it's a really like eye-opening program that really helps to make you become the expert about your own body and your own approach, right? Yeah. So good. Thanks, Kim, for that beautiful message. She said, I'd searched and searched for help. My brain felt like it was going to explode. I totally get it. Should I try this or that? And she says, this is it. The knowledge you learn for $27 is mind-blowing. And yes, she did. So I did VIP all access too, and it was superb. You will never regret this. Robin is a true gift to each of us and all of our coaches. I'm still learning and finding successes. That's so brilliant. Thank you so much, Kim, for sharing that. Kim is brand new in our program. She's been in it for, I want to say 2 full months now, and she's just a friggin' rock star. And she started with Robin's hormone reset. Yeah. And she showed up and she took action. She's amazing. Any more questions?
Yes, Pam is asking, what are the dates and times?
So good. So we start May 1st, Monday, May 1st. You want to reserve an hour and a half for each day. And it goes Monday through Friday. We call it Fabulous Friday. And then we have what we call Magic Wand weekends, where we don't do any classes, but I come on for Q&A, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern each day. And then we come back Monday for a regular class again. And then we come back Tuesday for what is called the Heal Your Hormones live stream. It's 3 hours. And it is amazing. We have all sorts of guests. You're going to just love every minute of it. So whatever you have to do, if you work full time, find a way to be there live if you can. If you can't, just make time in your calendar to watch the replay on the same day. And that's it. Then it's over. So if you join, today, you'll get the VIP all access. And then we start April 30th. So you get actually 10 days with me. And the weekends are optional. The weekend is optional. So you can decide if you want more of me or not, but I play full out for 10 days. It's a little bit of a marathon for my team. Yeah.
Okay. So there's another question. I already signed up for the program. Will I get access to the VIP?
Well, that is so great that you have. Who is this?
Chris,
Chris. So you already signed up. When did you sign up?
if you can
Yeah,
share.
let us know when you signed up. If you signed up recently, like
Saturday.
oh yeah. So let's get her information. How do you want to handle it? Because we'll definitely give you a boost to VIP. Yes.
Okay.
So great you found us, Chris. I'm so glad you found us. We would love to have you as a VIP. So good. So what do you need from Chris?
I'm just gonna ask her to send us an email, and I'll look her up and
Oh, good.
coordinate
Okay.
that. Yes.
Great. So good. All right. Any other questions?
No, not here. Let me see.
Okay.
If there are any other questions on Facebook? Oh, this is a good one. Rhonda on Facebook asks, is there a lot of expensive supplements to take?
That is a good question. I like how she asked that. I could be very sarcastic with a response, but I won't be. $27 is all you pay. Isn't that amazing? There are no upsells that you have to do the program. It's just $27. We don't use any supplements for this short program. I do talk about nutrients. I talk about some of my favorites, some of the most important ones for hormone balance. So you'll learn a lot about that. And if you want to, do more, we're definitely going to share with you how you can do more with us. If you want to dig in deeper, if you want to do a private program or a group program, we'll share more about that during the reset, but there is no further financial obligation. Isn't that great? It's so good. Yeah, we don't sell you anything else to do this program, and we give you our hearts and our souls to help you feel better. You just have to show up and take action each day. That's it. That's a good question, because that's a lot of ladies have that question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
So Patty is asking, if there's another date available for the reset.
No.
Because she's not going to be available in those dates.
Not this year. This is
Mhm.
it. Yeah. All right. So did we do it?
Yeah, I think that's all the questions. So Patty again asked, what does it cost to continue the program? So I'm not sure, Patty, what you mean, if you're asking about the reset or.
Yeah. So the reset actually is $27, and it ends on May 9th. It ends on May 9th. There's no additional costs. It's done, right? You can actually buy lifetime access if you, for some reason, were not able to keep up. You didn't watch the replays or you didn't show up live. You can buy lifetime access and go back and listen at any time. Yeah, so there are no additional costs unless you really want to dig in and figure out your root causes and do testing and all that. Then we'll show you how you can do that if you want to continue working with us. But the reset itself is $27. That's it. If you're a VIP, you get 10 days with us. It's really incredible. My whole team is there, the coaches and myself, and we just play full out. So that's it. That's it. I know it's incredible, but we vowed, I think it was during the pandemic, we started this. We just wanted people to be healthy. Like, I just sat with this. I'm like, how can I serve right now? And this is the program that came out of the pandemic, if you can believe it. And we have served over 12,000 ladies in this program. It's been life-changing we just keep hearing from ladies, a couple of years later, how it's just changed their life. It's unbelievable. We're just blown away. But you have to show up and you have to take action. So we're going to end right now. And I'm going to read you a card. I read a card at the end of each day of the reset. It just helps to get our mindset in the right place. So this is the one I pulled. I pulled them completely at random. So this must be what we need to hear right now. Complaining about complaining is also complaining. I like that. Complaining about complaining is also complaining. All right. So what does this mean? Most people do not realize that as they continue to find things to complain about, they disallow their own physical well-being. Isn't that something? So when we complain, we are disallowing ourselves to feel well. Wow. Many do not realize that before they were complaining about an aching body or a chronic disease, they were complaining about many other things first. It doesn't matter if the object of your complaint is someone you're angry with, behavior in others that you believe is wrong, or something wrong with your own physical body. Complaining is complaining, and it disallows improvement. And I know sometimes I find myself saying, today, I'm not going to complain about anything. And that really needs to be our motto, no complaining, right? So we catch ourselves. And instead, this is what we learned in the reset. We turn it around and we focus on something that we're grateful for. Well, I am so grateful for you. Lizette and I are so grateful for you. And let's give Lizette a big kiss for helping us today. Let's let's spotlight you, sister. So grateful for you. And so grateful for each one of you for showing up here for yourself. And I invite you to choose you. Sending you so much love. Bye, ladies.